What happens when a man tries to steal his way into fortune and ends up facing the full weight of federal law? May 5, 2025, St. Petersburg, Florida. A masked man walks into a 7-Eleven, brandishes what appears to be a Glock handgun, and forces the clerk into the back room. He empties the register, $120 in cash, grabs a pack of cigarettes, and disappears into the night. To police, this looked like a standard armed robbery. Terrifying for the victim, but routine for investigators. What they didn't know yet was that this wasn't just another robbery. It was the catastrophic finale of a night that had started 3 hours earlier, 7 blocks away, with one of the most bizarre thefts in recent Florida history. This is the story of Justin Farley, a 43-year-old man whose desperate attempt to steal his way into a jackpot ended with federal charges, multiple felonies, and a lifetime reminder of how not to commit a crime. Let's rewind to the beginning of that evening. It's a humid spring night in St. Petersburg. The air is heavy, the sun is setting, and inside a Circle K convenience store, everything looks routine. The doors slide open, the hum of fluorescent lights fills the air, and a man walks in like any other customer. But Justin Farley isn't there for snacks or gas money. He's about to make a decision that will change the course of his life. We don't know every detail of what happened inside that store, but police reports make one thing clear. Farley walked out with roughly $7,000 worth of scratch-off lottery tickets. $7,000. That's not a handful of tickets slipped into a pocket. That's hundreds of them. This was a deliberate, calculated theft. Now, most criminals would follow the obvious rule. Get out and lay low. Disappear before anyone realizes what happened. But Justin Farley did something else entirely. He went home and scratched the ticket. According to investigators, he began scratching those stolen tickets almost immediately he got home, hoping to uncover a winning combination that would turn his crime into profit. And then, in a move that defies reason, he went back. He returned to the very same Circle K he had just robbed, same clerk, same cameras, same location, and tried to redeem his stolen winnings. Of course, it didn't work. In Florida, lottery tickets are instantly flagged in a statewide system once reported stolen. Every serial number is tracked. Any attempt to cash them triggers an alert. The clerk scanned Farley's tickets. Denied. Farley left, then came back, and tried again. Every failed attempt was captured on surveillance video. Every scan left a digital record. Every return trip brought police one step closer. But Farley wasn't finished yet. After his repeated failures at the Circle K, he drove a few blocks away, to a nearby 7-Eleven. Maybe he thought a different chain store wouldn't share the same system. Maybe he thought his luck would finally change. Or maybe desperation had replaced reason entirely. He tried again. He handed over his stolen tickets, hoping for a different outcome. But the system doesn't forget. Every ticket was flagged. Every ticket denied. By this point, Farley had appeared on multiple security cameras, across 2 stores, within hours of each other. His face, his clothes, his car, all captured in high definition. Detectives later said it was one of the easiest cases they'd ever solved. Justin Farley had built his own evidence file, minute by minute, frame by frame. But even that wasn't the end. Because as the night went on, something in Farley's mind shifted. His frustration turned to panic, and his panic turned into something darker. Farley had a record, prior convictions for drugs and firearms. He knew exactly what he was risking, yet instead of walking away, he decided to escalate. He was going to get his money, one way or another. It's now close to midnight. The 7-Eleven glows under harsh lights. Inside, one clerk works alone behind the counter. Farley pulls into the parking lot. He steps out of his car, and this time he's wearing a mask. In his hand, what appears to be a Glock pistol. Later, police would discover it was a replica, but to the clerk staring down that barrel, there was no way to tell. Farley orders the clerk into the back room. He yells, he threatens. The clerk trembles, terrified, hands shaking. Farley empties the register, $120. He grabs a pack of cigarettes. And then he runs. That's it. $7,000 in stolen tickets that can't be cashed, one armed robbery for $120. A mountain of evidence linking every moment together. The entire crime spree netted him less than the cost of the fake gun he carried. And the price he was about to pay was measured in years. The investigation began immediately. Detectives from the St. Petersburg Police Department gathered surveillance footage from both the Circle K and the 7-Eleven. It didn't take long to connect the dots. The same man in both videos. The same vehicle parked outside. The same time frame. They pulled the license plate number. It led them straight to Justin Farley. Inside his home, investigators found clothing that matched the footage, along with evidence connecting him directly to the crimes. They compiled everything, videos, ticket records, witness statements, and timestamps, until the picture was complete. For 17 days, Farley remained free, but his freedom didn't last long. On May 22nd, he was arrested without incident, and when confronted with the evidence, Farley didn't deny it. He confessed. He admitted to stealing the lottery tickets. He admitted to the armed robbery. And when asked why, he gave a single haunting reason. I needed money. A simple motive, a devastating chain of consequences. At first, Farley faced state charges, burglary and grand theft for the lottery ticket theft, both serious felonies with heavy sentences. But then, federal prosecutors stepped in. The United States Attorney's Office filed an indictment under the Hobbs Act, a powerful federal law that turns robbery into a federal crime when it affects interstate commerce. Both Circle K and 7-Eleven are national franchises. They operate across state lines. And because of that, Farley's crimes weren't just local. They interfered with interstate business. That meant the feds were in. A Hobbs Act conviction carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison. And federal time isn't like state time. There's no early parole, no easy way out. You serve most of it. But it gets worse. Because of Farley's previous convictions, his history with drugs and weapons, his sentencing range skyrocketed under federal guidelines. In the eyes of the law, he wasn't a first-time offender. He was a repeat risk. So instead of a few years in state custody, Justin Farley was now facing decades, possibly the rest of his productive life, behind bars. He started the evening chasing a jackpot. He ended it caught in the crosshairs of federal law.